War is changing, war is changing, war is changing. From AI-powered drones to hypersonic missiles, modern weapons are reshaping the battlefield. Speed, data, and autonomy are the new currencies of power. Algorithms now make life-or-death decisions in microseconds, and weapons can strike anywhere on the globe in under an hour. The very definition of a soldier, a weapon, and a battlefield is being rewritten. In this video, we'll reveal the 10 key technologies driving this revolution, from unmanned drones to cyber weapons that can cripple nations without a single shot. This is the story of modern weapons and the future they are building. To understand today's weapons, we must first understand the battlefield they're built for. Modern warfare is no longer about massed armies and attrition. It's about speed, technology, and precision. Real-time data from satellites and drones compresses decision cycles. Whoever processes information fastest wins. Military forces are now networked systems, sharing data across land, sea, air, space, and cyberspace. Precision is the new standard. Laser-guided bombs can strike a single room, minimizing collateral damage. The battlefield is now an information space. Victory often goes to those who control the flow of data. This new paradigm blurs the line between peace and war, as cyber attacks and information campaigns can happen anytime. Soldiers are now technicians, analysts, and nodes in a vast network. The doctrine shaping every new weapon is about being smarter, faster, and more connected. Deterrence now means defending against threats that are invisible and can strike without warning. The soldier of today is as much a data operator as a fighter. This is the context for the weapons we're about to explore. Welcome to the new era of warfare. Nothing captures the shift in warfare like the drone. Once just for reconnaissance, drones now handle surveillance, intelligence, and precision strikes, without risking pilots' lives. The MQ-9 Reaper can loiter for 24 hours, surveil from 50,000 feet, and strike with pinpoint accuracy, all controlled remotely. Cheaper drones like the Bayraktar TB2 have proven devastating in Ukraine, showing that even mid-tier powers can wield advanced drone tech. At the smallest scale, nanodrones like the Black Hornet give soldiers real-time intelligence, peering around corners or over hills. Loitering munitions, kamikaze drones, combine the persistence of UAVs with the lethality of guided missiles. The rise of drones has created a new dimension of aerial warfare, constant silent overwatch that can turn deadly in seconds. But drones also create new vulnerabilities, sparking an arms race in counter-drone tech, jammers, lasers, and interceptor drones. The sky is now crowded with unseen eyes, and control of this domain is a decisive advantage. Drones are rewriting the rules of air power. The future of warfare is remote, persistent, and precise. The question is, who will control the skies? The answer may decide the next war. Hypersonic missiles are upending strategic deterrence. These weapons travel at Mach 5 or faster, but their real advantage is maneuverability, making them nearly impossible to intercept. Hypersonic glide vehicles like Russia's Avangard skip along the upper atmosphere, dodging defenses. Hypersonic cruise missiles like China's DF-ZF fly low and fast, evading radar and slashing reaction times to minutes. Current missile defenses can't keep up. By the time a hypersonic is detected, it's almost at its target. This undermines deterrence, creating use-it-or-lose-it pressure in a crisis. Hypersonics could strike command centers or nuclear silos before a response is possible. The technology is destabilizing, fueling a new arms race among the US, Russia, and China. The speed and unpredictability of hypersonics compress decision-making to the breaking point. Strategic stability is at risk. The world's most powerful nations are racing to master and defend against this unstoppable threat. Hypersonics are changing the logic of war. The question is, can anyone keep up? The answer may shape the fate of nations. Enter the age of directed energy weapons, military-grade lasers and high-power microwaves. Lasers offer speed-of-light engagement and a nearly unlimited magazine, making them ideal for defense against drones, rockets, and small boats. The US Navy's LAWs and Helios systems can burn through targets or fry electronics, switching between threats almost instantly. High-power microwaves disable enemy electronics without explosions, disrupting drone swarms or shutting down radars. These weapons are cheap to fire, just the cost of electricity, and can engage multiple targets rapidly, but they're limited by weather and require massive power supplies. As technology matures, lasers and microwaves will become common on ships, vehicles, and bases. Directed energy is a game-changer for defense, offering precision and speed at low cost. The arms race is now about who can harness the power of light. The battlefield is about to get a lot brighter and a lot more dangerous. The future of defense is here, and it's measured in kilowatts. The question, who will master it first? Some of the most powerful weapons today are made of code, not steel. Cyber and electronic warfare are invisible, pervasive, and can be as devastating as any bomb. Electronic warfare jams communications, blinds radars, and listens in on enemy signals, turning the electromagnetic spectrum into a battlefield. Cyber warfare targets networks. Viruses can feed false data, reroute supplies, or even destroy physical equipment, as with the Stuxnet attack on Iran's nuclear program. Attribution is difficult. Attacks can come from nations, groups, or individuals anywhere in the world. These weapons can cripple power grids, financial systems, or military command structures without a shot fired. The lines between war and peace, soldier and hacker, are blurred. The digital domain is now a critical front line in every conflict. Nations are racing to defend and exploit this invisible battlefield. The next war may be fought in cyberspace before a single missile is launched. The most dangerous threats may be the ones you never see. In modern war, code can kill. Artificial intelligence is transforming warfare, fusing speed, precision, and data. AI sifts through mountains of sensor data, flagging threats in seconds, far faster than any human. Today, humans remain in the loop, making final decisions, but AI is gaining autonomy. Systems like the Aegis combat system can automatically engage threats when seconds matter. The next step, lethal autonomous weapon systems or laws that could select and strike targets without human input. Proponents say AI could be more ethical, free from fear or revenge. Critics warn of mistakes, hacking, and loss of accountability. The debate is fierce. Can an algorithm distinguish a civilian from a combatant? The military logic is clear. Whoever masters AI could outthink and outfight any rival. But the risks are profound, and the world is racing to set the rules. AI promises unprecedented power and unprecedented peril. The future of war may be decided by machines. Despite high-tech missiles and cyber weapons, war still comes down to the soldier. Today's infantry is being transformed by technology, becoming more lethal, protected, and connected. The next-generation squad weapon fires new, powerful rounds and features a smart scope that calculates distance, wind, and bullet drop for first-shot accuracy. Data from scopes and sensors is shared across the squad, creating a real-time, augmented reality view of the battlefield. Helmets now integrate night vision, comms, and heads-up displays. Uniforms monitor vital signs and detect threats. Body armor is lighter and stronger, and exoskeletons are on the horizon. The future soldier is a walking sensor, data hub, and precision weapon. Technology augments human senses and decision-making, reducing cognitive load and increasing survivability. The goal isn't superhuman strength but superhuman awareness. The modern infantry is the critical link between high-tech assets and ground combat. The soldier of tomorrow is as much a node in the network as a fighter on the field. The battlefield is in their hands and on their screens. These technologies aren't theoretical. They're being deployed now, fueling a new global arms race. The US focuses on networked warfare, AI, hypersonics, and directed energy for information dominance. China is modernizing rapidly, investing in hypersonics, drones, and cyber warfare to counter US strengths and assert regional power. Russia prioritizes disruptive tech like hypersonics and electronic warfare to offset economic limits and deter intervention. Other nations like Israel lead in defensive systems. Iron Dome and Iron Beam use AI and lasers to counter rocket threats. The competition is fierce and the pace is accelerating. The old balance of power is being challenged as new technologies proliferate. The future of warfare is already here, and the stakes are global. Every major power is racing for an edge. The outcome will shape the next era of conflict. The arms race is on. Advanced weapons are reshaping the global balance of power. The unipolar era is over. New technologies are equalizing and accelerating competition. Precision strikes, hypersonics, and anti-access networks make power projection riskier than ever. Drones and cyber weapons empower smaller nations and non-state actors, lowering the cost of entry to military power. Regional powers can now challenge larger ones within their spheres of influence. The speed of new weapons compresses decision-making, raising the risk of catastrophic miscalculation. Old certainties are eroding and new vulnerabilities are emerging. Diplomacy is harder, crises are more dangerous, and the world is more fragile. The weapons of today are changing not just war, but the world order itself. The future is multipolar, volatile, and unpredictable. The rules of power are being rewritten. The pace of innovation never stops. Militaries are already eyeing the next disruptive weapons. Electromagnetic railguns promise to fire projectiles at Mach 6, obliterating targets with pure kinetic energy. Quantum technologies could create unjammable navigation, stealth-detecting radar, and unbreakable communications. Quantum computing may one day break all current encryption, exposing every secret. Powered exoskeletons could let soldiers carry more armor and weapons, enhancing strength and endurance. The next evolution in drones is AI-driven swarms, hundreds or thousands acting as a single coordinated force. Swarms could overwhelm defenses, adapt tactics, and strike with precision. The logical endpoint: robotic soldiers, autonomous ground robots navigating complex terrain and using weapons. Companies like Boston Dynamics are already building the foundations. These technologies promise capabilities we can barely imagine, and raise profound ethical and strategic questions. The only certainty: war will keep evolving, driven by relentless innovation. The next frontier is already on the horizon. The future of conflict is being built today. From drones to hypersonics, the fabric of conflict has been rewoven. Battles are now won with algorithms, light beams, and invisible waves of data. The modern battlefield is a complex system where code can be as decisive as firepower. These technologies are revolutionizing global power and creating new vulnerabilities. Understanding this new reality is essential for everyone, not just generals. The evolution of warfare is relentless, and this is just the beginning. The future of war is being written now. What do you think will dominate the next 50 years? Let us know in the comments.